Hello friends, how's you? I hope all are fine and healthy. Welcome to Affairs Cloud Learn to Lead. Today we will discuss very important current affairs of 12th of Jan 2021. You can see here the two best images of the day, but today we will discuss 8 to 9. Very important and the most important current affair. So watch the video till last. But before proceeding, I just want to request you guys, you have to like this video and you have to subscribe our channel. It is the only thing you can provide us and it will definitely motivate us, and we will provide you definitely the new videos on the different topics. So let's start today's video. But before proceeding, I want to discuss about Affairs Cloud subscription. A lot of students are asking about 2021 subscription. So I just want to tell you one thing, that you have to download our application. The name of the application is Careers Cloud, or you can directly find the link in the description box. We provided a link of the app, how you can download this app, and the link is provided in the description box. Now you will get the 2021 current affair PDFs from our app, and the name of the app is Careers Cloud. What you will get in the subscription, you will get the daily wise PDF. In the daily wise PDF section, you will get the two PDFs. One is related to the theoretical current affairs, second is related to question and answer PDF. It means all the theoretical current affairs of particular day will be provided to you in the form of question and answer. Next is the weekly PDF. It is very important, guys, because all the current affair arranged according to the week, so that you can revise current affair on the weekly basis. Next is weekly test, very important for students, because you can evaluate yourself that how much current affair you can retain for a long time period. And last but the most important section is the monthly PDF section, because in the monthly PDF section we are providing you various type of PDFs. Like first PDF is related to study PDF. It means all the theoretical current affairs of particular month will be provided to you in the form of theoretical current affairs. Next is question and answer PDF. It means all the theoretical current affairs will be provided to you in the form of question and answer, so that you can revise and retain current affair for a long time period. Next is pocket PDF. As the name suggests, it is very useful before your exam, because you can revise current affair very quickly by this PDF. Next is banking, finance and economy PDF. Very useful for those aspirants who are preparing for banking exam or any type of the exam under which general awareness is coming. Next is top 100 current affairs. This means top 100 current affair of particular month will be provided to you, but it is also in the form of question and answer, so that you can revise and retain for a long time period. So all these things will be provided to you every month, and this comes under only one subscription, and the cost of this subscription is very low. You can visit our app, that is link is provided under the description box to download the app, and the name of the app is Careers Cloud. And you can get 10% extra discount, because the price is so much nominal, and on that nominal price we are providing you 10% extra discount. How you will get? You will get, if you use this code ASH10, then you will definitely get 10% extra discount. So let's start today's video. But before proceeding, guys, like this video and subscribe our channel. So here is our first section, that is the most important question section, and in the most important question section we are discussing 4 questions. First question is Cherry Blossom Mao Festival. Remember, this is the keyword. Cherry Blossom Mao Festival was held in which state? Very important festival, and every time this festival asked in exam. So remember, Cherry Blossom Mao Festival celebrated in Mao area of which district? And it is celebrated in Mao area of Senapati district. Remember, Senapati district. And the chief minister of this state is, because the chief minister of this state inaugurated this festival. Chief minister is Biren Singh. So I hope you understand the state, and the state is Manipur, guys. So remember, Cherry Blossom Mao Festival is celebrated in Manipur state. You can see here, Manipur celebrates Cherry Blossom Mao Festival. The festival marked the beginning of the pink season in the district, and we are talking about which district? Senapati district. And the Mao area of Senapati district in Manipur is known for cherry blossom, which is also known as sakura in Japan. So guys, remember about Manipur, Chief Minister is N. Biren Singh and Governor is Najma Heptullah. And remember, there is a very famous national park, that is Kabul Lemjao National Park. It is the only floating national park all over world. Remember, it is the only floating national park all over world. Japan is also celebrating this cherry blossom festival. So remember, in Japan it is known as Sakura, and it is a name of plant, guys. Remember, it is a name of plant. Now we are moving to next question. What is the rank of India according to the 3rd edition of Digital Evolution Scorecard 2020 under the breakout economies? This is a name of category, that is breakout economies. Otherwise, there are total number of 4 categories which is described under this question, that is breakout economies. So what is the rank of India? China topped under this index. Remember, China topped under this index, and it is the digital evolution. By the name you can guess, it is provided according to the digitalization of this country, and China topped under this breakout economies index, and India's rank is, guys, 4th. Remember, India's rank is 4th. You can see here this digital evolution scorecard 2020. India gets 4th rank in the breakout economies category. There are 4 categories. I will explain. But first of all, you have to see this. Digital evolution scorecard is developed by Tufts University Fletcher School in partnership with MasterCard. Here, organization is important, MasterCard, because recently CEO of MasterCard changed. Next, India doubled its mobile internet connectivity in the last 4 years. This is basically the survey of this Tufts University, and it will add 350 million smartphones by 2023. Every person has now 2 smartphones, so that's why India will grow in the number of the smartphones, and India will add 350 millions by the 2023. That is a huge number. And what is breakout economies, guys? Breakout economies are very important because these economies are digitalizing very quickly and have a lot of scope to be at par with the developed economies. It means if we are comparing with the developed economies as comparative to the developing economies, then developing economies are digitalizing very quickly because there is very less scope in the developed economies. They are already developed. So that's why they are very digitalizing and very quickly. So remember, this is the breakout economies, and in this breakout economies, China ranked topped and India's rank is 4th. Remember this. Now, next is the standout economies. It means they are the top performing group of this study. It means these countries named in this category have set benchmarks in the digital evolution as well as in the continuing its momentum. That's why the name is stand out, like South Korea, Singapore, Hong Kong comes under this category. Next is stall out economies. It means it consists of mostly European Union economies with matured digital landscapes. They already started this thing before some time, and this is known as the matured digital landscapes, which are exhibiting less momentum for continued advancement. Next is watch out economies. It means they are lacking behind in both digital capabilities as well as momentum for the future development, like Africa, South Europe, some parts of the Asia, Latin America. So these comes under the watch out economies. But under the breakout economies, India's rank is 4th, guys. You have to remember this. You can also see this recent in news section that National Institute of Micro, Small and Medium Industries, that is NIMSME, MOU with the Confederation of Indian Industry entered into partnership to launch Digital Saksham program. Remember, this Digital Saksham is launched by CII and National Institute of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises for a capacity building initiative to drive awareness about digitalization for MSME in India. It means Digital Saksham is basically a program to initiate a campaign for awareness about digitalization of MSME sector in India. Next is OECD released a data under which data most common birth countries of highly educated migrants residing in OECD nations, India came out the top. That highly educated migrants which are residing in OECD countries, that belongs to India. So India came at the top. So remember about MasterCard, which we are talking about. Chief Executive Officer is Michelle Maybach and headquarters in New York, United States of America. Remember, otherwise older one is Ajay Banga. They can ask, but you have to remember Michelle Maybach. Now we are moving to next question. Who will head the 10-member committee for administration of COVID-19 vaccine? So by the name you can guess that this committee is formed for the administration of COVID-19 vaccine, because on January 16, 2021, India will start its mega vaccination drive against coronavirus, the world's largest vaccination program. So remember this. And guys, who is the chairman? Who is chairman of this committee? Chairman is R.S. Sharma. Why R.S. Sharma? Because R.S. Sharma is the first person officially initiated discussion on vaccination delivery in the India and in 2020 when COVID-19 cases were at peak. So remember R.S. Sharma. You can also see here former TRI chief. He was also the former TRI chief, R.S. Sharma, appointed as the chairperson to head empowered panel for COVID-19 vaccine. You can see here India to start mega vaccine drive on the 16th of Jan 2021, and in the first phase 3 crore, remember 3 crore and healthcare and the frontline workers will be vaccinated. So guys, what is the recent related news about this committee? National Human Rights Commission has also set up an 11-member committee headed by K.S. Reddy, President of Public Health Foundation of India, to study impact of coronavirus on the human rights of individual, because there was no freedom to go outside, there was no freedom to work freely. So that's why there is a violation of human rights, but it is not said to be as violation. It is a general purpose of the country. So remember, human rights of individual, to study this, and there is a K.S. Reddy committee. It is also known as the 11-member expert committee developed by the National Human Rights Commission. Now we are moving to next question. World Hindi Day 2021 is celebrated on which day across world to promote Hindi language worldwide? Most important question, because every time this World Hindi Day asked in exam. And guys, this is most important, and I am giving you 10 seconds for this question. And I think all the students thought about answer, and answer is 10th of Jan, guys. Remember 10th of Jan, because it is World Hindi Day, not the National Hindi Day. National Hindi Day is celebrated on 14th of September, not the 10th of January. So remember, you can see here World Hindi Day 2021 on the 10th Jan 2021. On this day, remember, the first World Hindi Conference was held. That's why it was celebrated on the 10th Jan in Nagpur, Maharashtra in 1975, when Indira Gandhi ji was Prime Minister. The word Hindi has its originate from the Persian word the Hind. That means the land of Indus River in the North India. So remember, it is the land of Indus River. Indus River has the very main tributaries like Byas, Satluj, Ravi, Chenab and the Jhelum. And Indus originate from the Mansarovar Lake. In addition to India, this language is also spoken in Nepal, Guyana, Trinidad, Tobago, Suriname, Fiji and the Mauritius. Suriname we also discussed yesterday, because the Prime Minister of Suriname was the chief guest of the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas 2021. And guys, you have to also remember that it is one of the 22 scheduled languages of India that comes under the 8th schedule of the Constitution. And National Hindi Day celebrated on the 14th September, and World Sanskrit Day was celebrated on 3rd of August 2020. So remember this is again very important. Now we are moving to next section, that is the very important question section, and here is our first question. Recently Amit Shah launched single window clearance system for which sector? And guys, it is very important, because this sector need this type of the portal under which every businessman who want to work under this sector gets clearance very fast. And this sector is coal sector, coal mining sector. You can remember, single window clearance system is now comes under the coal mining sector, and it is launched by our Union Home Minister Amit Shah. You can see here, Union Coal Minister is Prahlad Joshi, Union Home Minister is Amit Shah, and here is Narendra Modi, who recently launched this digital portal for the coal mining. You can see here, it will help in reducing the time taken to grant approval in the sector by default. The unified platform will reduce the need for companies to approach different for operationalization of coal mines, which is main cause for delay, and it is also the cause of corruption. So in simple word, you can say that the single window clearance system will also boost transparency and ease of doing business reforms, because coal is also expected to be the biggest contributor towards the government vision of making India a $5 trillion economy by the year of 2024-25. So you have to remember this. So at present, around 19 major approval or clearances are required to start a coal mine in the country. So 19 major approval now comes under the single portal. That is very useful information for you guys. And remember about Ministry of Coal, Union Minister is Prahlad Joshi. You can also see the picture of Prahlad Joshi, but now you have to remember this. And now we are moving to next question. Recently, Euphrenta siruvani, a new species of fruit fly, founded in which area? Guys, again, mark under the very important. And the name of this fruit fly is Euphrenta siruvani. Siruvani is basically a name of a place in Tamil Nadu. So answer is very clear. In Tamil Nadu, it means we are talking about the Western Ghat areas. So remember, the answer is Western Ghat. You can also see the picture of Euphrenta siruvani, and from India named after Siruvani in the Western Ghat. Siruvani is a hotspot in the Western Ghat. You have to remember this. You can also see here, it was discovered in Siruvani, Coimbatore district of Tamil Nadu, which comes under the Western Ghats. And the fruit fly, Euphrenta siruvani, belongs to the family of the Tephritide, and was identified by the researcher from the non-forest area near Siruvani. So remember about this place Siruvani. And this news is also covered by the Hindu. New species of fruit fly from India named after Siruvani in the Western Ghat, and exact places Tamil Nadu. Now we are moving to next question. Padam Shri Turlapati Kutumb Rao, veteran journalist, writer and orator, passed away. He was writer of which language? And very important public speaker from Andhra Pradesh. Very famous person from Andhra Pradesh, and he was also the first Padam Shri awardee in Andhra Pradesh in 2002. So remember this. And guys, answer is again very simple, and all the students are right. Answer is Telugu. You can see here the picture of Turlapati. Padam awardee Turlapati Kutumb Rao passed away. You can see here he is the first journalist from the Andhra Pradesh to receive Padam Shri in 2002. He served as the secretary for Tanguturi Pantulu, first Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. It means he worked with the first Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh when Andhra Pradesh was created in 1956. Andhra Pradesh is the first state which was divided on the language basis. It was written, he has written over 4,000 biographies, that is huge, and delivered over 16,000 public speeches. That's why he was very good orator. Na Kalam, Na Galam, an autobiography of him was released in 2012. It means if you belongs to Andhra Pradesh, then you have to remember this, an autobiography. Na Kalam, Na Galam. Now we are moving to next question. Now next question under important question section, and here is the question. Who authored a book titled Gazing Eastwards of Buddhist monks and revolutionaries in China 1957. This author basically visited China in 1957. That's why he or she wrote this book, like Buddhist monks and revolutionaries in China. It means she or he basically glorified the China's Buddhist monks and the revolutionaries under this book. And she is very famous author. If I am talking about she, then only two options are left. One is B and second is D, because Arvind Adiga and Vikram Seth eliminated, and answer is Romila Thapar. Remember, answer is Romila Thapar, very famous author, guys, and she declined the Padam Bhushan 2 times. In 1992 she declined, and in 2005 she declined, and she is very famous author. And remember Romila Thapar, she visited China in 1957. That's why he wrote this book, Gazing Eastwards of Buddhist monks and revolutionaries in China. You can see the cover page of this book, Gazing Eastwards, and it is Romila Thapar. Now we are moving to next question. Here is one-liner important points, guys. First is the Industrial Disputes Gujarat Amendment Bill 2020 gets presidential note. It is a state bill, but it is approved by President Ramnath Kovind. What are the changes under this act? As per the Industrial Dispute Act of 1947, establishment having 100 or more workers are required to seek prior permission of the state government before effecting layoff, retrenchment and closure. But now this limit waived off, and this limit raised to 300. Remember, this limit now increased to 300. Now, current scenario, what is of the layoff? For the layoff, workers are required to be paid compensation amounting to 15 days salary for every year of service. But now it is increased to 3 months as compensation. So remember, last 3 months as compensation as the average pay. Now, current scenario for the retrenchment, workers needed to be given 3 months notice or the wages for notice period before retrenchment. But now wages waived off, only notice period is required. 3 months notice period is required. But it is not for you guys. If you belongs to Gujarat, then you can remember. Otherwise, it is not so much important. But it is Industrial Dispute Act of 2020. Next is CVRDE develops retrackable landing gear system for Tapas and Swift unmanned aerial vehicle. It means I am talking about drones. Firstly, you have to remember this CVRDE. CVRD stands for Combat Vehicles Research and Development of Establishment. Its headquarters is in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. They developed retrackable landing gear of the Tapas. Tapas is also known as the Rustam 2. Remember, Tapas is basically known as the Rustam 2. And Swift means Stealth Wing Flying Test Bed. It is basically a aerial vehicle. It means unmanned aerial vehicle. It means I am talking about drone system. Otherwise, nothing important under this question. And next is, guys, Ministry of Education issued guidelines for identification, admission and continued education of migrant children. So remember, Ministry of Education released some guidelines so that out of school children can continue their preparation for exams and also can continue their education. So it is basically a awareness program which is under classified 6 parts, like student sport while school are closed, student sport on school opening, teacher capacity building and lot of things. But you have to remember that Ministry of Education just released this type of the guidelines, that how we can motivate the students and the teachers to for the school openings. So this is very important thing by the Ministry of Education, and you all know Minister of Education is Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank. Next is World Hindi Day. We already discussed 10th of Jan, but remember National Hindi Day is celebrated on 14th of September. Padam Shri Turlapati Kutumbrao died, and he was veteran author, journalist and orator of Telugu language, and he belongs to Andhra Pradesh, and he was the first journalist who received the Padam Shri in 2002 from the Andhra Pradesh. Next, Digital Evolution Scorecard 2020, India ranked 4th and China topped under this index under the breakout economy categories, because we already discussed there are 4 categories. So guys, this is all important for the 12th of Jan 2021. Now we are going to the answer of 10th or 11th Jan 2021. What was the question? Question was, who is the current president of Confederation of Indian Industry on December 2020? And answer is very simple. Answer is Uday Kotak. And all the students are very much right. So question was very simple, answer is very simple, so that's why there is a no screenshots of the best answer. So now we are moving to the question of the day. And what was the question of the day? Which of the following is an emergency hormone in humans? And this question comes in SSC 2016, and you have 4 options, guys, and I am requesting you all that when you are answering in the comment box, please like this video, because we want 700 plus like. This is our target, and please provide us 700 plus likes, and please subscribe our channel. And guys, you have to press this bell button so that you can receive the notification on time. And it is Affairs Cloud promise that it will boost your confidence in the general awareness section, definitely. Thank you guys for watching this video, and take care. There is one announcement for you guys, that you have to watch the Jan 2021 first week current affairs at 8 p.m. today. So remember, Jan first week current affairs, that is a combined current affair, that is a quiz type current affairs on 8 p.m. today. So remember this, and thank you again for watching this video. Take care. Don't take life so much serious. Life is very easy and life is very funny. So always be happy and take care.